So this is the time, the school will bring together the policy aspect, the practitioners, and also the people aspect, the community aspect. And in today's SG60, it's just so timely because I think the community is all ready to really also participate in building communities. And social work is really about building communities. It's about the well-being of communities. But the professionals and practitioners who are able to do this job are really social workers, because we're at the ground, we're also at the meso level, we're also at the macro level, and we're always being able to integrate all the three elements together.
Count on you.
Why social work? Why SUSS? Because this isn't just a career, it's a calling.
I dislike desk-bound jobs, and I love having conversations with people, and I think making sense of what they are going through and being there, being present, and listening to their stories, I think that gave me a lot of joy and a lot of satisfaction, knowing that while I may not be able to resolve everybody's issues or everybody's problems, but I'm very happy to be part of their lives and being able to create that presence and safe space for them to share. And I think that brings a lot of healing, not just for the clients. I feel that it has also healed a certain part of me as a growing up child, and I knew that this is a sector and that I would want to continue to give and contribute.
I like helping people. I did teaching, so I taught children and I enjoyed my time with them. However, I realized that I'm quite limited to a classroom, and I enjoy watching them progress with their growth, and I wanted to be with them from the start till the end, and I believe that social work has allowed me to do that.
I went into the social sciences and humanities with a firm belief that in society, everyone should have the ability to reach their full potential, achieve their aspirations, their hopes and their dreams.
That was when it hit me that I really want to help children or people with special needs. And I think social work was a really good way for me to achieve that.
Because I'm in my midlife already, my children are big already, so it's like I want to do something that's more meaningful. So something that can bring some value to the life, you see. So then I was just asking around, then I realized that to be somebody that can help, I need to be certified as a social worker.
And I realized that there's a lot of injustices in which only social work can tackle. That was why after my HR diploma, I decided to step into social services.
It gets tiring. I must acknowledge it gets tiring. There are many times where I think like, is it worth it or not? But at the same time also thinking like, if it's not me, then who?
Every student here has felt that same pull to step up, to serve, to change lives.
One thing I appreciate about SUSS is the fact that the lecturers and the tutors that we have are also practitioners in the field. So a lot of times when they share certain concepts, they contextualize. I think that helps a lot in terms of the preparation of what is to come.
We just come back on Saturdays, and especially for someone who's working, it doesn't disrupt your work day. You come back on Saturday, you spend a day here, and go through classes with you. And I must say that the teachers have been really doing a great job, because they are able to keep your attention as well as to be able to, run through the materials with you.
I did my master's in social work, and it's actually a long life dream. I took it when in 2019, I believe, and I was like in my 50s, So it was initially it was quite a struggle. The hours, going back to studying, going back to writing essays and assignments, but I think the experience of learning is something that's very fruitful. To me, it's very exciting. And now I'm giving back by teaching in SUSS.
I think it really started to come into my life around NS. And just having conversations with my parents about the things I was going through, the people I was meeting, and realizing that the work that they've done in the past really resonated with me, and that really was the driving force behind me really choosing SUSS as the school I wanted to further my studies in.
Primarily, I'm proud that he's my son, basically. But him going into social work is a bonus. Perhaps the way our parenting, in terms of the values that we carry as social workers as well, somehow perhaps seeped into our parenting as well. So it was quite a surprise actually when he decided that he wants to become a social worker.
At SUSS, theory meets practice. learning meets living, and every classroom becomes a launchpad into the real world.
The module or the course do not just provide you social service knowledge, technical knowledge, but also allow you to understand how do you manage a social service agency, so sector planning, policy making. So that's something that I currently still use even in my scope of work.
The research at School of Social Work and Social Development is not just academic exercise. It's kind of moving from the classroom learning to the real-life community transformations. We believe that. That is applied research and practice research. That is one of our missions we pursue.
We believe very much about making an impact with data, and the research that is done by departments like SUSS allows us to actually have a better understanding of ground issues, right? What are the community issues and needs, and it's through very good data and research findings that validate what is it that we are supposed to do to make sure that our programs are impactful, meets the needs of the community and the stakeholders and beneficiaries that we work for.
What keeps me going is knowing that I am a trusted person in their life. One of the many trusted persons that could be a positive influence to them.
Social workers don't just help people, they actually make things happen, and they actually walk with the people that they help, the marginalized people.
It's not just about the patient or just the illness. You really look at what are the social factors that contribute to the illness, and how the patient is going to actually recover also has an impact based on the kind of factors. So social factors like, for example, the house they stay in, is it well kept, is it dirty, is it very good condition, income, whether they can afford treatment and medical, whatever things that they need. Nutrition, right? Some families, very sadly, cannot afford a lot of good nutritious food that is important. So in that sense, the social health integration is important, and you really need to look at it as the whole continuum of care, from preventive to acute to post, that means rehabilitation.
And in social work, I think we play a very important bridging role. In the health setting, I would say you need to bridge the person to the family, especially when the illness strikes. You also play a bridging role between the family and the patients with the medical team, who come from a very different tradition of training. It's about the disease, it's about the body, but we help them see that this is a whole person, that there is a lot of social circumstances, values, that you do not see if we just focus on the disease.
So Singapore is at an important crossroads right now in terms of social development. We all know that we are entering into a super aged society, and because of changing family structures, the well-being of our people and also their caregiving responsibility is quite immense. There is a need now for more social workers and social service professionals to help our people navigate and also cope with some of the life challenges.
From children to families, from policy to healthcare, SUSS graduates are shaping lives and shaping society.
It really taught me a lot about tenacity, perseverance, which have really been two traits that I continue to try to hone and keep in my professional life. It really means a lot to come from SUSS because that's where I also made a lot of lifelong friends who are now my peers in the sector. And my lecturers really, they have been such an instrumental part of my career as well. And sometimes seeing them, pop up in the sector here and there has been a great joy to experience as well.
Well, we, the older generations, have paved the way for you in social work. And we hope that you will carry the torch moving forward even higher than before because of your own passion and your own abilities. Remember, we nurtured, we grew, and we supported you to become social workers that SUSS would be proud of. And we expect you to carry on the tradition and do the same for the new generation of social workers that will be coming through SUSS.
We don't just study social work, we live it.